all I'm saying is that you can be the change that you want to see in your favorite software. What's up, you beautiful mother? A few weeks ago, I put out a video comparing the AI note-taking apps Circleback and Fireflies. If you watch that video, you'll know that there was one major flaw in both tools to seamlessly integrate it within my workflow, and that was creating a database entry in Notion to organize my notes. Instead, I've had to rely on Zapier loops to splice the data for me. But in reality, it's really not a big deal. However, over the weekend, I received an email from the founder of Circleback, Ali Hagani. It reads, "Hey Sara, I watched your video on using Circleback with Notion when it came out, and it made me realize that we need to improve our Notion integration."
Shut up!
Not to brag, but I inspired a software update without having to put a feature request in. And if you're a tech nerd like me, there's no greater feeling than what I experienced reading this message on Saturday. And while this integration may not seem like a big deal, I will always, for everyone listening, I will always be a huge advocate for better native webhooks across the board. Don't get me wrong, I love Zapier, but in my opinion, tools that decide to play well together make all the difference in our workflows. So the simpler, the better. I mean, seriously, take my money. If you can achieve this for me and my clients, just take all the money I can give you. All right, let's take a look at this updated integration for adding action items to a database. Okay, so obviously the first thing that you want to do is navigate to Circleback and then open up your workflows. So what we're going to do is create a new workflow and figure out what our trigger is. So whether that is the participants, so we'll go ahead and just select myself. Now, the thing about the tags though, if you are using tags in Circleback, you can actually use this data in the integration itself. So I'm just going to select any, but if you have projects that you would just want to pull or client meetings, maybe you have different databases based on your meetings, you can obviously trigger those as well. We're going to go ahead and click continue and then update Notion. Now, just a reminder, if you haven't set the integration in Notion, go to that database first and connect Circleback to that database. So I'm going to use tasks. And then we will add our meeting date for the due date and our action item outcome. This is actually something internal, so I can't actually add data there. No files and media, and then status. We can't pull a status from that either, but we can add our assignee name. And then the title of the database entry you can see is the big A, little a for Notion. And so we will add our action item title there. Now you could add into Notion and add additional properties for the description or anything else. I'm just going to leave it super simple. And then what I'm going to do from here is then go into Notion, into my automations, and when a new item has been added, it will automatically update that status to haven't started. And then the last thing that you want to do is click create there. And then you're done. That's it. That's the integration. And obviously you can add additional things there as well. So we could always add another entry, another step, if you will. So you could push those further to Slack. You could do different actions from there if you want to, or we could simply end the workflow and click save. So one thing to mention while I was playing with this integration is that it does not give you the option to add data to the actual page that you're creating in Notion. So if you have a meeting notes database, you'll only see the meeting title and the date right now, not the actual transcript in the page, which is really frustrating, but remember, this integration was built to specifically solve the tasks issue I had built in Zapier Loops. And so for those of you who don't want to pay for Zapier, this is a great alternative. That's all. Happy automating.
Ew.